And I believe that we're live on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma. I'm streaming from my new office desk setup. And I'm sitting down, and it is all quite wonderful. Everything is finely tuned, and comfortable, and fresh and new, and exciting. Also, why is only one of those smelting? Has it run out of fuel? Don't know what that's doing in there. Don't know what that's doing in there at all. This makes me think something's gone wrong with the flying machine. I mean, how did redstone get in there all? Do we have sound? Now we have sound. Flying machine's good on this side, and it looks like it's parked itself in the correct spot over there. I don't know what's going on. Maybe there just wasn't a lot of kelp backed up. Alright. We got things to do today. We're going to hang out, chat about stuff. But first of all, we got to get down to some serious business. Okay? Serious business. The base race is over. It's over, my friends. It's no more. It's finished. It's kaput. It's done with. So we shall grab some valuables and get to work on taking all of it out, basically. That's what we're going to do together. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. I had something in my mind, right? Like, so yesterday it was Clash of the Creators. I had an absolute blast, as I always do. We had loads of noises in the ear during the event, which I weren't reading because it was a... Oh, look at that! That reminds me, I pressed that button and you should be able to hear the noises in the ear. Okay. But from yesterday, we had Little Trasher 97 here for 2 months. Free Phase here for 35. Fine 333444 with the Prime. Anonymous gifted a sub to Rinda. Captain Core was here for 8 months. Inex the Fox was here for free. Salty Lime PH. Hero 268 both with the Prime. Midnight Night here for 2 months. Nick Wheeler here with the Prime. Purple Mums. Dankermans09 for 25 months. We had a donation from Impoglol saying, Xisuma, you got me into chess and now I watch and play it every day. That's awesome to hear. Hopefully you catch this. Thank you for your donation. And Despina321 for 16 months. So that was all from yesterday. Today we got Cat King 63 for 45 months. Bink Nielsen's here subscribing. A freaking Wild Dog for 10 months. 4Gil 96 for 11. And Average Martin for 29. Appreciate your support as always, peeps. X, have you been watching PogChamps? I have not been watching PogChamps. I don't even know what that is. That sounds like a meme. Like people always saying Pog, right? Isn't PogChamp just a meme? I genuinely thought PogChamp was a meme. Yes, Pog, says Nemesis. I feel enlightened. I now fully understand what we're talking about. Pog means player of the game. That's what people keep telling me, player of the game. Like, I don't get it. Why people say it all the time. I mean, I am the Pog right now, right? But what does PogChamp mean then? It's a chess court tournament. Oh, right, okay. I thought I went round and put carpets on top of these to stop stuff spawning up there. Maybe I never did that. POTG is now apparently player of the game. You kids and your memes. Pog is basically something good happening, says BD Max. That's interesting. See, this is the thing with memes, like the way they spread and they're shared. They come without a lack of articulation or explanation. There's no central authority on what they are. And so they're open for interpretation. And that, to me, sounds like a great example of one person thinking it's one thing and someone else thinking it's another. So if you just think it's like, oh, good time, I'm going to throw Pog in chat. Like, other people could be reading your words and just thinking you're saying something completely different. J Phantom says, I ain't no kid. Quiet you. You adults with your reasoning and rational thoughts. Oh. What? String replaces vines? Whoa, says I'm a fan. Yeah, it does. It also stops them from growing, which is why it's over there. Because I like the vines, but they will grow all the way down to the ground and it looks kind of pants. Adults are rational since when, says Mummy Crystal. Well, it was a joke. Adults are more likely to be rational than younger folk, right? I assume. Maybe that's not very rational of me. Anyway, you'll get what I'm saying. Like, memes like take on a life of their own where you see them and people start spreading them, but like, with no central authority on what they are. Like, we've had someone say, well, I think Pog is excitement, says Edokis. Now, the way it appears in my chat would to me suggest some sort of like shared enthusiasm for something that's taking place. X don't start, says TV and Elwoods. Don't start what? Don't start what? What am I not starting? I thought Pog was one of the little greenish discs with a face on it from many years ago. Yep, that I was a kid when Pogs were a thing. I've still got my Pogs. I say I've got them. They're at my parents' house in a box in the attic. And they'll never be worth anything. Unlike Pokemon cards, I went through my Pokemon collection. Probably not worth a lot. I think I'd rather just hold on to it for a bit of sentimental value. Not that I'm a collectionist, but man, whenever I look at those Pokemon cards, like they spark my curiosity and my memory, and I don't know, they got like a good thing attached to them. I think some stuff like from when I was in school or a kid or whatever. Like as soon as I see it, I'm like, oh please, never again. Like, oh my god, exciting game design time. It's exciting game design time. Woo! Phantoms! Oh yeah! Let's get some Phantom height in chat. Dang! Dang, Mojang, knocking it out of the park with random attacks from Sky Beasts. Whew! So exciting. So exciting. Oh, wow! It just hit me. Oh, now it's on fire. Wow! Exciting. Jeez, great times to be alive, right? Don't forget the pink arrows in that tower. Oh yeah, thanks for the tip. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, totally forgot that. I really don't understand what Pog means. I just thought it was a Twitch thing, says it's Luguana. I mean, Twitch is the place that I see it. So yeah, oh, this song is so good. This song is so good. God bless the music. I need to listen to this on my new speakers. Monitors, should I say. I got some proper fancy studio monitors, courtesy of Rendog, and oh my goodness me, are they amazing. Wow. Blowing my mind with the amazing sound. That being said, I pulled out a record today that I love and adore and have listened to many times over the years, and the way it like re-emphasized particular sounds, I actually kind of wasn't that impressed. Like, it beefs up certain ranges. Like the bass is incredibly audible and prominent. And actually on this one record that I picked out to listen to it just felt like it threw everything out of balance. But maybe that's just the way I'm used to listening to. But some other records absolutely pop on these monitors. They sound so good. And they are Yamahas. And I had one heck of a time trying to get them to work, right? What I needed to fix my problem, because this is a funny story right here, okay? This is a funny story. These things cost a lot of money. And when you buy expensive monitors and you plug in to listen to them for the first time, what do you expect? You expect the bass to rumble, to have an amazing audible experience. And what I got sounded like complete garbage. Now, when I say complete garbage, what I mean is it genuinely sounded utterly awful. It sounded like these speakers were downgrading the sound of the music. I'm talking, you couldn't hear vocals. There was all this weird noise coming through that like felt like it was a part of the song but was usually buried. And on some songs it almost sounded like it added sound to it. Not only that, right, these monitors, these speakers, they sounded like getting a 10-year-old, what are we, 20 plus year, like a Napster MP3 on like the lowest sample rate possible, like a 16-bit MP3 or something. It sounded like trash. To the point where I was laughing. I put on some records I knew really well, like some Metallica, and I was like, this sounds so bad, it's like almost interesting. Why does it sound so bad? I'm really not exaggerating. I was laughing at one point. I've just sunk all this money into these speakers, and they sound like utter trash. In the back of my mind, though, I knew that something somewhere was wrong, and that I had to fix it. And I found out what was wrong eventually, right? Took a bit of time to figure it all out. My suspicion was that something was different about the Go XLR, because when I plugged it into my phone, it kind of sounded good. Sounded normal. It didn't sound impeccable, but when I plugged in the speakers into my Go XLR, it sounded like trash, like you've never heard it before. Honestly, like I should have made a video recording the difference in sound. It sounded so bad. Anyway, I got to the bottom of it. So the TRS cables that I were using, that stands for tip ring sleeve, which I did not know before reading the manual on the audio speakers, the monitors. They are balanced. I didn't know this was a thing. You can have balanced and unbalanced cables. And balanced is what I needed, and I believe my Go XLR was giving out an unbalanced signal. And this caused the sound to just go completely bananas, like unintentionally bad, brilliantly terrible. So I had to convert the signal going to the monitors from unbalanced to balanced, and I didn't know what on earth I would need to do that, and I struggled to figure out what to look for. But after like sort of thumbing through enough terminology and searching for things and reading up on what I was finding as a result, eventually I kind of got round to a couple of things. There's another bit of terminology that applies to it as well called high Z and low Z. And these are like just another sort of way of describing balanced and unbalanced. And once I got to that bit, it started to come into picture. What I needed, right, and I would have never known this, I needed a dual channel direct injection box. Okay, I didn't know I needed some direct injections in my life, but apparently I did. And so what this does is it takes unbalanced signals and it changes them to balanced signals. But this is like proper technical studio stuff, so it took me like a while to figure out which type of box I would need for my setup, because they come with a variety of different inputs and outputs and things like ground switches, and I don't even know what that does. I haven't actually turned them on this. I think they're both turned off. But yeah, I got there in the end, you know? A lot of persistence with researching and figuring it out. And then I got there and the equipment arrived a few days later. You know, Amazon Prime's pretty incredible. You order it one day, it's at your house the next. And yeah, I got that stuff. And now it sounds absolutely amazing. Which is cool. Along with that, I've been doing a ton of cable management on this system. And so with my new desk, I got like a cable holder underneath. And I've been neatly organising all the cables so they route through and I can adjust my desk and all the cables don't get in a mess. And it's all like organised and hooked up, and I've just got like 1 or 2 tiny more jobs to do today. And then my office will be kind of finished, so I'm going to be cleaning it, and then I'll be sharing a picture with all of you soon. But it's been worth it. I've been putting a lot of time and effort into it. And yeah, this new environment is just... it's sweet. I love it. Especially the speakers. They're the best bit about it. Majestic. Does the sodium fix the thing with the honey blocks? If it fixes honey blocks transparency, I will check it out. If it doesn't, I'm not going to bother with it. But yeah, anyway, that was a bit of a waffle, wasn't it? Xisuma, you haven't checked on your piston shop in a while. Yeah, that's a really good point. I should go build a piston shop so I can check on it, because guess what? I haven't built a piston shop. I haven't built it at all. By the way, I got a hot cup of tea here. How long have we been streaming for? Let's check it out. For 15 minutes. This is prime tea drinking time. Why not put unbreaking and mending on your shears, says Dragon Kitty. I don't think it suits the use. Iron is very disposable. You have tons of it. You can just craft them over and over again. Otherwise, once you get to the end of it, you would want to go repair it, and, you know, it just doesn't add up. I think it's more of a pain to fly around trying to fix them than it is to just make another pair from your, you know, unending supply of iron. Mr. Polymath says, can you put efficiency on shears? That's a good point. I was thinking unbreaking and mending, actually, when I read that. I can't remember. If it does, maybe it's worth it, but... I mean, I guess I could. The books are super cheap, right? Maybe it's worth experimenting with that more than just dismissing it. My initial thoughts are just that, you know, it's not really worth it because it's disposable, but if the efficiency makes a difference, then why not? Maybe we could just go do that now. There's no rules to this thing. By the way, I'm terribly behind on noises in the ear. Where was the last one? Sumin Shizen, thank you for 8 months. We got You Found the Okrana here for free. Sorry, you tend to struggle with the Okrana part of my name. I struggle with lots of names. Sarg KG is here with the Prime. We got Betty Baghdadi here for 34 months. Scalar Games here with the Prime. Dear Shemi here for 41 months. James Drew 27 for 59. Appreciate it. Artwork Games gifting a sub to Lord Lefis. And then we have None 2055. The one and only Elijah Gaming, our editor over on the Xisuma Says. No, the Xisuma Music channel, wrong channel. Here for 9 months. Thank you for all you do, dude. Brado 2002 with the Prime. Andrew 6077 with the Prime. I Fell Asleep here for 2 months. Thank you. Appreciate the tremendous support, please. I didn't fall asleep, by the way. That was their username, just in case you didn't pick up on that. Jeez. Xisuma, I love your portal. I forget how good it is. That was inspired by a post from Mumbo Jumbo on the Reddit. It was like, Mumbo should build a portal like this, and I saw it and I went, nope, I should. I should build that. Right, so efficiency 5. I mean, look at us. We got XP. All right, we got XP. We don't have to worry about that bit. Oh, right next door. I'm breaking. Have these been restocked? Dang, Kralis is always restocking these. I was here the other day and they were like starting to run a little bit low. And we shall, 1, 2, 3. Also, one for Tango. I pinched some rockets when I couldn't pay for them because I needed them quickly. And I thought I will drop off a diamond later on. Yeah. It's actually 2 stacks for 1 diamond. I'm going to take another stack then. Jeez. You know. We got noises in the ear. We got Average Martin gifting subs to Cap'n Clark, Crocs10, Parsnip75, Jake6199, Ophelia. Thank you ever so much for the gifted subs, dude. Appreciate you supporting our community. We also got another JT here for 45 months in a row. Thank you so much, another JT. Appreciate it. Oh, we should... Man, they make some noises. We should totally get on top of combining all this, right? We'll do it in a moment. Let's go plop down an anvil somewhere. Ugh. Oh, beautiful. We got Schwalotti here with the Prime. Thank you for your Prime subscription. Why is your name Xisuma Void, says Naren Van. Naren Van? Why is your name Naren Van, eh? Eh? My name is Xisuma Void because I made the name Xisuma out of music. I flipped the name around, changed the C to the X, put an A on it. Oh yeah. Wait, no, we're going to put the wall over here. The Void was because Xisuma was taken and I was listening to a band called Void Through Materialism. And I was just like, oh, that'll do, Xisuma Void. And that is the story. That is the story. Okay, one of these, there it is, has got those. Bam. Did you know Microsoft is thinking of buying TikTok? That's some old news right there, isn't it? Like, that was months ago that they were thinking about and then didn't. What we want to do is put these together cost effective, right? I don't know if I'm even doing that. Actually, it might now make sense to do that. I have no idea if that's the cheapest or not. Let's find out. Let's find out. Super Joel Lamb says, I love you do the drop-down crafting thing. Yeah, this has taught me that it's fun to be in your base and interact with the changing parts. A future base for me, I think, is going to revolve around less around scale and more around interactivity. That's my feelings. Anyway, let's head over here. Let's find out. Dang, yo, dang. Okay, I like the shears now. Question is, how quickly will they run out, and will I need to go repair them and stuff like that, right? Are you hyped for episode 1000, says Element? I've been hyped for a while. To be honest, I would be happy to make episode 1000 right now. I've just sort of been counting down the days till it's here. Kind of, well, not quite like that, but you know what I mean? I'm like, it's around the corner. I'm well and truly just wanting to make it, but it's like, I've got to make other episodes first, just so the timing is that it's actually episode 1000. That did not use a lot of durability. Maybe the unbreaking is better than I presumed here. Oh, we got Evil X in his house. It's Jokip here for 64 months. Incredible, my dude. Thank you for a stack of support. Appreciate you bringing old Evil X into the stream today. Will Evil X be a part of episode 1000? Maybe. Maybe. I haven't planned everything for that episode yet, but who knows? I'm not going to bother picking up too much more of this stuff. Look, it's already unbelievably disposable. That'll do. Wait, what was that? Infighting. Oh, he left. Never mind. This tea's good. Damn, I needed to have drunk more of it a minute ago, I think. Good tea, good tea. I think milk really helps make the flavour of a tea. Whenever I go to my parents, they always have blue milk, which is like full fat, and I always get red, which is like full opposite of that, like all skimmed. And today I got green because they were out of red at the store. It makes a real big difference to the taste what milk you use. I think it's actually better, but I tend to just have the red because it's like lowest calories, and I don't really want to be counting calories on tea, right? So just keep it kind of low and just don't put a lot in. It's good, it's good. What are we going to talk about today, peeps? Oh, there were so many things I wanted to talk about because there's just been stuff going on lately, and for some reason I can't even remember any of it. Can't even remember any of it. Land! Land! I did it. I did it. That's great. Molesting Food says, it's funny, in America the milk with the red cap has the most. Yeah, it's just, you know, different regions, different ways of doing things. We had instant mine when we broke this before. It's because of that beacon, which is actually one of the things we're going to do next. I say next, maybe after we've done the thing we do before that. Oh, goodness me, I keep burping now that I'm drinking. Have you watched WandaVision, someone says? I have not, however I've picked out what I'm going to watch next. Right, this is really the like season of watching stuff, being in lockdown and being fatigued from it. Like, I've been reflecting on that, and it's like, if I just rewind like over a year ago, I just was not watching a lot of movies and stuff. Like, there's no time for it. And I enjoy it, believe me. It's nice to just relax and zonk out and watch a movie, right? But yeah, it's like the time for watching stuff, I guess. And I just finished watching Breaking Bad, right? And I had this realization. I don't think I've ever seen the 5th season of Breaking Bad, other than when it first aired. Maybe the first half I saw twice, because I remember the first 4 seasons of that show inside out. And then the 5th season I don't actually remember as well, even though it has some incredible moments and details and essentially some of the biggest parts of the show in it. So I reckon that when that came out, I watched it I started watching Breaking Bad, I think season 3, season 4 sort of time. So I reckon that, because I know I've watched it a bunch of times, I reckon when waiting for season 5 to air, I must have rewatched the show a couple of times. But then when season 5 aired, I just watched it the once. Or maybe the first half a second time. Because there were moments in it where it was like, oh my goodness me, I've totally forgotten about this, right? And I gotta say, I always remember my favourite bit of Breaking Bad being the first 4 seasons. But now that I've watched it again, I'm like, no, season 5 gets it totally right. Totally right. It really understands the characters and pretty much plays every card right. When you've got a show and people are invested in its characters and what's going to happen, there's a bunch of different ways you can write out where it goes. And it just feels like they make every decision right. Even the last episode is, just so gratifying and so well done. All the way to the very end. I could have no complaints. When a TV series ends, there's often a lot of discussion around if it was good or not. And I seem to remember quite a lot of people being happy with the end of that show when it ended. And watching it again, I think, yeah, brilliant. Also, spoiler alert now, if you want to watch Breaking Bad, if you've read up on it, you've never seen it, do yourself a favour and go watch it. I might be spoiling, well, I will be spoiling things for you now if you want to tune out for a moment. So at the end, right, the main character dies, but when I was doing some research on Breaking Bad stuff, apparently there was a comment from Bryan Cranston, who plays Walter, that he says that, well, you don't actually see Walter die at the end, right? Maybe hinting at something. But this was 3 or 4 years ago that comment was made. It just made me wonder if, maybe they'll do something where they, I don't know. I really don't think they will. I think the writers would be smart to not do this, but potentially you could write a bit of story off of that. Although then again, El Camino kind of probably rules out them doing anything extra with that storyline. To be fair, Breaking Bad is not about what happens in the end, but rather how the characters are developed. Totally. It's one of my favourite things about watching movies and TV shows is character development and storylines and arcs. And it has one of the best, character development arcs ever. Your protagonist becomes the antagonist by the end of the show. And it's such a dramatic transformation that it's endlessly interesting, especially hearing people's opinions on when they turned against the character or when they realised this person wasn't quite what they thought. And I think each time you watch it back, you lose respect for Walter quicker. And I think when we discussed this last on these streams, because we've been discussing Breaking Bad a little bit, I mentioned that when the show ended, I remember reading discussions that a lot of people didn't like Skylar. And I didn't get on board with that. I thought that she was a character of compromise, right? Good intent, but getting caught in the middle in a tricky situation and being compromised. But watching the 5th season again, I forgot that there's this moment where, no, she actually lets Walt get away with it and embraces his retirement despite the terrible things that he's done. And for that reason, I can understand why people hold a similar feeling against her as they might do Walter, because it's she's complicit in it. She's gone from compromise to complicit. And it's so interesting how all the characters tend to do a bit of a flip. When you first see Saul, you kind of see him as this what are the right words to use? Sort of sneaky, cheesy, backhanded lawyer, but the more you see of him, he gets more and more likable, and you realise he's actually, you know, not much of a bad guy, really. He's kind of a good guy. And so many of the characters do that. When you first see Hank, he's like, you know, big macho, alpha male, always cracking jokes. And yet, by the end of the show, he's like one of the most endearing characters. It's so good. It's so good the way all the characters have a strange kind of like flip. Better Call Saul is fantastic, says DT Nick. I agree, yeah. I agree. And I looked it up, so the last season of that show is going to come out next year, right? And that'll be it. After that, all the Breaking Bad stuff, I think there's nothing else planned, is what I could tell. I also learned that there was a Colombian remake of the show called Metastasis. And it looks absolutely terrible. Norvan says transformation. Yeah, the characters go through a transformation, right? But what's so remarkable about it is it's a transformation not many shows go for. A lot of shows, a lot of movies and things that I like that I've seen tend to grow characters. They start off in one spot and you learn more and more about them. They become more endearing. Not many shows go for the flip, where characters that start out you're thinking they're terrible turn out to be great, and then the main character goes from being the protagonist to being the antagonist. And in season 5, he is full-on villain. You're watching it like you're following the villain around, and usually in shows you follow the hero and the villain pops up. It's so great. It's so great. I'm drinking some tea. We've got some noises in the ear because I've been waffling. Where do we get to? Soulless Jewel 6 has subscribed. Alpha Mike 17 here for 2 months. Sarian Helios here for 2. The Real Too Much JBYT here with a Prime. Phantom's Logic here for 2 months. 2 months already, looking forward to more. Mr. Guy Fox here for donation, saying if you like Breaking Bad, you should check out Ozark on Netflix. It's got a similar vibe. That's actually a really good point. I never thought about that. Like in the Ozark, they just get fully involved in criminal activity. Or maybe I have thought about it that way. I guess I never made the comparison. That's going to make me rethink the character arcs on that show now. From where I remember where it left off, they're both criminals who have compromised their kids. One of their kids embraces it more than the other. Well, one of their kids embraces it and the other one doesn't, if I remember correctly. And then there's sort of a tug of war between who's worse out of the two of them. Now I'm looking at it from a totally different perspective now. And I think at the end of the show, the wife becomes more villainous at this point, right? But that's a really great perspective because, you know, you sort of root for them the whole time, even though they're just up to their neck in criminal activity. The other thing is the actress, and I can't remember her name for some reason, where I've been watching, like, you know, in lockdown, watching stuff all the time, she keeps popping up in these 90s movies that I pick out to watch, and basically she had like a bit of a rise in the 90s, getting her name on some, you know, poster headlines, sort of mid-90s, and then just kind of dipped out again and just like lost that momentum, I guess. I don't actually think I need a crazy amount of what's in here for what we're going to do next. Might end up needing some little bits and bobs of this and that. I need some glass. Actually, no. Do you know what? We're going to be fine. I forgot that I got a full box of kelp here. We're going to be fine with the kelp. So I kind of just need 1 or 2 more things, right? That's not good. Maybe I'll just go buy some jungle wood, right? Jungle wood and some sandstone stuff. The Maze Runner has some really good character development, but the books are much better, says the odd British one. I have seen The Maze Runner, and I would disagree with that. There are these types of movies that are like very teenager-oriented, where they like take young, relatable teenage characters and kind of like elevate them. And I do like those sorts of movies. They're all right, but I don't know how to describe it, but they got this thing where I think they try to appeal to the relationship with the characters. Like when you're younger, you tend, like when you're a teenager yourself, you tend to form like attachments to personalities or characters or people as a sort of way of like finding your own identity, and I feel like they really appeal to that. They try and create characters that appeal to that. And you know, I'm not putting the movie down or anything, but I wouldn't sing its praises in that way, I guess. I kind of miss those times, says Daft Poeter. Yeah, you know what? Like, it's easy to look back and miss things, but I think it's far better to stay present and look forward to the future, what the future offers. Because, like, I watched this movie Blade, right? And I kind of thought, like, this is god-awful. But I kind of knew in the back of my mind, teenage me would have loved this. You know? But I'm not that person anymore, right? So you just have to kind of like get on with it. But I heard this quote on my morning meditation. Oh, look at that! Because it's part of the meditation, right? And it was, the past is depression, the future is anxiety, and the present is calmness. But I'm probably getting that last one wrong. And it was just speaking to how, like, in terms of negativity, like, when you look back on past events, you tend to do so, you know, in a negative way. You're depressed about it. And then when you look to the future, you worry. But that's just when you have the negative response to those things. You can obviously remember the past fondly and look forward to future events that are going to be fun or whatever. But I just, you know, sometimes just hearing certain things worded a particular way brings your attention to it differently. And I really like that, because now it's got me thinking like, oh, when I next hear... when I next think in those ways, it's going to be less about me indulging in, oh, that horrible memory, that was so embarrassing. And just more of like, this is just sort of needless. Like, you don't have to dwell on that. You don't have to focus on it in that way. Jeez. Man, what have we talked about? I just waffle, didn't I? I just waffle. Noises in the ear. Mr. Guy Fox, thank you for that donation. Appreciate it. We've got Timbro Jones here with a Prime. We've got IG Star 93 subscribing. And Jaden Phantom here with a donation saying, hey, it's glad to catch your streams. Sadly, I've got to go. It's 4:30 AM here in New Zealand. We'll catch you on the second channel. Also, Phantoms are friends. Good night. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you for the donation. Have a great rest. And I'll see you on the second channel. We also got Toko and Clank gifting a sub to Mega Man HX. Thank you for that gifted sub. Really do appreciate it. Footlong Hawk says that was a great bit of insight. I like that a lot. I'm glad it was valuable to you. That's what I like to hear. Being able to glean some insight or things we can share with one another. It was certainly insightful to me when I heard that. I think you'd like The Sopranos. Seems you're into anti-hero type characters, has noticed Menno. I'm not specifically into it. I say this over and over again, especially when people like ask about anime. I'm not like particularly into things in particular. I like things that go into a concept and do it well. So like The Sopranos I've watched, and I want to watch that again at some point. That's a fantastic TV show, but it's not because it has an anti-hero, it's because whatever it is they were trying to do, they did it really well. You know, like, that's the way I look at that sort of stuff. Like, I'm not drawn to the fact that, you know, it's a cartoon or whatever, so I want to watch it. You know, like, I guess there is some merit to, you know, drawing cartoons as art, right? Like, it's a style. Whereas I guess a lot of normal cinema with actors doesn't really have some sort of style. Although you do get like stylistic movies that kind of like lay into certain color palettes or do special effects type stuff, but like that's not the appeal for me really. Like I don't want to see stuff made in that style. I want to watch a good show, like a good bunch of characters. So you know, anti-hero or not, It's just about if it's done well. My friends are all obsessed with The Sopranos. Now so I understand, says Orbi Ondi. It's a great show. It's often cited as one of the first of the modern era of TV shows. You know, we now have all these like epic sort of movie level TV, but you know there's seasons of it and episodes and you can binge watch it. The Sopranos is often cited as being sort of the beginning of that. You know, depending on who you ask or who's got an opinion, right? But whenever you watch those talking head documentaries like that, it's usually The Sopranos people cite as being that, you know, sort of origin point for all of the nature of current telly, right? So if we do that, the transition here is going to look a little stale, but it always will look a little bit like that. Oh, I should have brought some more glass. Have we got... Actually, I think it's in my ender chest, so I can grab more glass if need be. So from down here, you do see a little bit of it, so we'll make a transition. Have you ever watched Mr. Robot? Yep, love Mr. Robot. That's a great show. Brilliant ending as well. Like, as far as twists go, I don't think twist is the right word, but like, it's a very clever... Not even clever, like it is right. It's just a great way to wrap it up. Okay, we've got to make some modifications around here. We've got to maybe sort out the windows. I didn't ever really plan on putting floors in here. If we did, they would probably start somewhere around here. So I was gonna slab up the place, but did I bring the right materials? Again, I might have just what we need in the old shulker box. Okay, I should probably do this in an order that serves us better, and that would be starting with the jungle wood. Let's grab that, and I'm going to need... Goodness me, I'm going to need all the things, aren't I? Also, my shears don't have a home. And there's nothing in there I want to ditch, really. Or maybe I could put that in a different... I could put it in here. And I tell you what I probably don't need to have. I probably don't need to have 2 stacks of food all the time. So we'll put that one in useful. The other one's got a home. And then I need wood, right? And we're looking for jungle wood specifically. And... oh, there it is. First one. So we're going to make use of that. Now I need my axe, which I don't think I actually picked out. These things get to go home. Tools and wood. And then, yeah, okay, we're good. We're good to continue. I say that, I got to craft some stuff up here as well. Let's get up there. You made jungle wood look good, says Dappers. I think Jasper made jungle wood look good. That's where the credit should go, right. Oh, I didn't need as much as I thought I would. It's weird, like, I don't know why, like, pillaring up, it sort of seems like a lot, but actually if I'd have thought about it, yeah, it's like 20 blocks from here to there, so... yeah. Okay, now we need to put in the slabs. But I need to be able to craft the slabs, so I should have done this a moment ago. Organisation is key, peeps. Organisation is key. But one thing at a time as well, you know. It can be easy to get bogged down by all the stuff that needs doing. So there it is. We'll make... mostly those. A few of those. And regular sandstone, not so many, but... yeah, we keep it going on over here. Okay, we've got some more noises in the ear. We got Gamer Juan here subscribing. We've got Weedle Blood for 4 months and The Last Psycho for 41. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, so the reason we started talking about TV shows, I decided what I'm going to watch next. Okay, I'm going to watch Babylon 5, and I was researching it. There's some movies as well. There's a movie to watch, then you watch 4 seasons, then there's another movie, then you watch a 5th season. I don't know how far I'll get into it, but I've got the first movie, and I'm going to give it a shot. Like, I would probably have not have touched it with a 10-foot barge pole, but Deep Space Nine was so awesome, and this show is basically hinted as, like, people say that it was sort of floated around before Deep Space Nine, and the Star Trek people kind of took the idea and made Deep Space Nine, is essentially how it goes. Winnie says, I love Babylon 5, my favourite show of all time. Sci-fi show, yeah. I mean, Wells was telling me it was his favourite of all time as well, so I'm going to give it a go. Like, you know, what have I got to lose? Again, like, you know, sci-fi, space opera, it's not exactly something where I'm like, oh, I want to watch it because of that. Like, I like watching a good show, and Deep Space Nine was fantastic. If this thing's... I mean, it doesn't even have to be like it, right? But if it's in any way similar, I'll probably enjoy it. Ever heard of the show House MD? I have. I think I've watched like 1 or 2 episodes and just not been drawn into that show. But yeah, Babylon 5. Gonna start on that real soon. Long story arcs spanning multiple seasons, says Big Russ. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I love. And I was reading that when they like pitched the show and wanted to make it, they had planned for 5 seasons. So J.U. Gowley says, I didn't like Deep Space Nine so much. It was a bit cringe at points. What, like that room that they go into and they have to sing that la 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 melody thing and dance and oh god. Terrible writing. Yeah, it had a couple of bumps along the way, but it's worth it for the whole thing. Yeah, there's a show I'll watch again at some point. Stargate was a fantastic show, says Scottish Ham. See, I watched Stargate a fair bit. When I was a kid, like, didn't have much telly to watch other than Sky One with X-Files on, right? And Stargate would be on there a lot, as well as The Simpsons, and I never really enjoyed it that much. I can kind of, like, remember a couple of weird, wacky episodes of that show, but the way it lines up, like, with that kind of makes me think... you'd walk off like that, so we should seal this bit off, essentially. And I'm not sure how we're going to do that, but maybe some grass. And, yeah, I've got some ideas. Have we got any grass? No grass, but essentially you wouldn't go to the left, you'd walk into this space, and that actually works out pretty well. So, now that we've done that, we're going to come back down here. And I think we're just going to slab everything so there's no lighting. Stone. I should have some stone. I remember restocking it. And look at me, I brought way more sandstone than I need. I didn't bring an empty shulker box. You should always bring an empty one so that, you know, as you accumulate materials, they got somewhere to go, right? As you can see, though, this just means stuff ain't going to spawn here, essentially, is the idea. We don't want things spawning in this rickety old area. I love MASH and Hogan's Heroes, says Nissa Wolf. They used to play MASH on telly when I was a kid, and I never really got into that. Minecraft is a kid's game, some people say, but there ain't a kid who can handle slabbing all day. Strange statement, okay. X, what's your favourite food, says Tom on Oak at Twitch. Curry is my favourite food, and I'm having a curry tomorrow. I weighed myself today, and I've lost weight. I've been cutting just a tiny bit. It's so easy to over-focus on food. And I don't know, I've just gotten into a good rhythm of eating right at the moment. Eating right. I like it. I had porridge for breakfast with blueberries. That was gorgeous. Some kiwi fruit as well. And some protein yogurt. And then for lunch I had just basic salad, right? Celeries, beetroot, peppers, cucumber, tomatoes, all the good stuff. All the good stuff. And then for dinner, sometime after this stream, I'll be cooking myself up some tofu with rice, a bunch of green vegetables, some soy sauce. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. This bit right here isn't for slabbage just yet. Minecraft beetroot. No, real life beetroot. There's no such thing as Minecraft beetroot in the real world. And if you find a blocky beetroot, let me know. I'll be interested. I'll be like, how on earth has that happened? Right, so that's most of the edge. Huh. That's pretty much all of the edge. So now we need to sort out the glass and then the transition. So the glass I actually have a little bit of in here. This inventory is filling up way too quick. Maybe I'll forget the randomization for now and just... Oh, it's all gone already, just like that. That's not enough for dyeing. I guess I can re-dye this. So now I need my dyes. Just endless inventory expansion. Okay, we'll make some of those. And some of these. Very good. And that is how we'll do the transition, right? So now we need the slabs and the dried kelp. So it's going to be like 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to need some more. Also, it's getting dark in here, isn't it? Jeez, it's getting very dark. Have I done this right? Yeah, I've done this right. More slabs. Let's read those noises in the air. We got Facky here for 4 months. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate the subscription. Okay, then at this level they just come up like that. Right, we're getting the hang of this. I'm getting the hang of it. Did I do the corner one over here? I did not. Okay, so this stuff needs to go away now. Still need the slabs. I never got on to watch these because I'm sleeping on the 8-hour time difference, says Jeff Food. Well, good to have viewers today. By the way, we got 2,900 peeps tuning in. Wow, that's a lot of people. Thank you everyone for coming by. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream we're doing here today. You can go the dyes. Put those in there for now, I guess. Then we got the stone, of which I've got some to put away. I'm just going to put that in there. Okay, so like of this, like of that. And then we put in our slabs. Cool, now this stuff goes all the way to the top, basically. And it must be night time out there. Dang. That is correct. There is a noise in my eardrum. Oh, it's so dark. It's so dark. We got Resting Griffin here for 25 months and Mark W 3000 here with a donation saying big fan of your content. Always keeps me entertained. Appreciate it, dude. Glad you're enjoying the videos, the streams. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Where's my next bit of dried kelp coming from? That's what I need to know. Also, I need to eat. Eat the foods. Your elytra is dangerously low, says Snipe. Ah, it's good, but thanks for the heads up. It's not dangerous. I wouldn't call that dangerously low. But yeah, it's good to know because especially when you go fly in the Nether, right? I tend to have a bit of a habit now of checking whenever I go into the Nether because I flew across and almost fell into the lava as it broke once. And that was just like heart in mouth moment. It's terrified. kind of occurs to me this thing's going to naturally be dark. So maybe some lighting options is not so bad, but for now... Actually, we'll need it, because otherwise things can spawn on the steps. We'll put some lighting in then. We'll put some lanterns hanging from above at certain points. But not so the player hits their head on it, right? Now that would be bad. Ah! And I fell. And I fell down like a clown. Charlie Brown, don't tell me what the score is. Ah! Now I'm up here. This doesn't make any sense. Okay. Thumbnail. Glorious thumbnail. Ah. Shroom lights in the walls. I don't think they match the dried kelp. But I got an idea. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about it. There is actually I feel like over here we could rip this out because it goes up to the level of the grass. Let's bring all this up a little closer first. Oh, we need more dry kelp. Where are we going to get it from? From the stash. Ooh. What happened there? What happened there? The stash with the tash. Late July says, did you like Friends? Yeah, Friends was like kind of great growing up, and then like watching it again, or I say watching it again, but like seeing bits of it as an adult, I'm like, oof, this hasn't aged well. But yeah, that show was like kind of fantastic. Everyone loved it. And then we grew up. I think that works. Might be able to throw in a few more blocks and spruce things up here and there. What we will do is now do the lights, right? So I can put those in there. And we've got 14. What I'm thinking is... Ooh, it's going to be the corners. So you almost bump your head on it, right? So this corner each and every time. Just going to have that. It should keep it well enough lit. Well enough lit? Why does that sound so terrible? It's like terrible use of English. To about... Actually, no, I think we'll keep the lights coming maybe down to here. Maybe just all the way, like... Kind of adds to it. Yeah, that's superb. Dang. That's got a nice transition. I like it. I like it. Me likes it a lot. And it feels kind of right as you walk up. And now it's a bit like claustrophobic though. Like this isn't particularly pleasant to walk up a staircase like this, but it's just something we've put into a small space, right? If that was your base, you would build something bigger and grander that feels cool to walk through. So up the top here, we can add lots and lots of flower pots. The only problem is, how many do I have? Like, not a lot. So there's another round of detail I want to do up the top here. But we won't do it right now, because I don't have the materials for it. But we can get some from our base. Just double checking. Yeah, I really don't have what we need for it, so that's fine. Put those in there. These things into that one. And then we also with the moaning and groaning going on around here, right? Didn't I like... Oh. Get off my roof! Get off my roof, buddy. There's no way out up here unless I break some blocks, which I probably will do because it's quicker. Let's eat some food as well. Where are the mobs, says Hagman. Well, we spotted one hanging out on the roof over here. Hey, we got Python in chat. I see peeps saying hello to Python. Python, you are here, says Majestic. In capital letters. Look at that enthusiasm. For stating facts, you know. Who's this Python guy, says Python. No idea. Never heard of him. I heard they're quite snaky and slippery. Nah, I'm messing with you. Your pickaxe being so low makes me stress, says SnapZB. It is not worth feeling any form of tension or stress over inconsequential things that are beyond your control. You know, stress and being agitated by a game you're watching or something like that, it's a physical thing. Like, feeling it, it does things to your body. And stress is something you want to get rid of and minimize in your body. So in the spirit of, like, trying to teach people about thinking about this stuff is like backseat gaming and feeling anxious over something else. You want to have it in the right framework. Watching a movie, something that's entertaining, and understanding that it's, you know, it's like exciting and entertaining as opposed to actually feeling anxious for the situation. That's fine. If that's what you're getting at, that's fine. But like actually feeling any form of stress over what I'm doing shouldn't, like, that's not healthy. That's not helpful. It's out of your control. Don't worry about it. Like, there's no point getting worked up about it at all. You know? No point at all. There's like literally no point in getting upset about things out of your control. And it, like, does this really mean much? Doesn't your health and your well-being mean more? Right? This is just a computer game. Ugh. This is just a computer game. And, like, we shouldn't be stressing out about those sorts of things. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Right, let's just... Yeah, I'm just going to chuck that away, because I don't really have a place to sort that. So we want to go get some of this stuff. In fact... 2 stacks will be enough. Let's go take care of this little job. Okay. And then over here. I feel like a lot of people in chat don't understand what I just said. Right? Why did I do what I did? Because it wasn't important. Your health and your well-being is far more important. How do I do this again? I forget which way around it is. No, I think it's that way around. And I stand here. Yeah, that's the one. There you go. In fact, if I just go a little bit closer, yeah, there you go. Now all I've got to do is tap click, and each time I click it breaks. He's not really stressed, it was just a sentence. Well, first of all, you don't know that because you don't know if they're he or not. You don't really know if they're truthful or not. Chances are they're probably not, but like, there's definitely people out there that put a lot of enthusiasm, capital letters, other things as well into their responses for backseat gaming, which kind of give the impression, no, you're actually feeling some sort of stress. Maybe not a crazy amount, but like, the point is, this is a computer game. It's not worth feeling those things about. Timmy Thompson says, throwing diamonds away is not good for my health at all. That's the point, though. It shouldn't be like that. It's just a silly old computer game. You know, blocky old computer game. X, you have noises in your ear, says Rebecca. Rebecca's gifted a sub to Python. Thank you for gifting that sub, Rebecca. Appreciate it. Thank you for supporting our community. We also got Haggler here for 2 months. Appreciate it. Appreciate it ever so much. Ivy of Spades says X does have a point. Health is important. Yeah, I think the thing like that may go past most people is that it probably does just seem insignificant and pointless. But you'll be surprised how many insignificant and pointless things can get you wound up. Small things. I notice it all the time. Where I've been doing my meditation, I've been paying like so much attention to my reactions. Like, one of them can just be like conversating with other people and being interrupted, or having an idea of what you're about to do. I want to walk that way, or go here, or oh, I thought we were going to do this, and then you get all agitated and upset. Like, and just realizing how inconsequential these things are and how they really don't actually mean so much in the bigger picture, right? Especially people that you like love and care about and argue with. It's like, If they were gone, you would want nothing more than to argue with them again. And if you keep that in mind, then all of a sudden you don't gravitate towards that agitation and those kind of irritations, let's say. So yeah, just being able to think about it, being able to put it in your mind will allow you to access that thought of like, oh, this actually doesn't mean a lot, and it's making me feel uncomfortable or agitated or whatever it is, and that's really important because you want to reduce those sorts of feelings. They're not healthy for you. So yeah, anyway, like my daily meditation practice, which this time I've like started in like late December and have pretty much held up with every day apart from like 1 or 2. Oh, it's been so beneficial because I've done it like in the past and then sort of fallen on, gotten back off, fallen off again, and then this time I've really decided to stick at it, and it really starts to add up after a while, right? Really does start to add up. Also, I'm just sorting stuff away here because I'm just talking. I might as well do something, you know? What we're going to do next is get some more of those bricks, head back, plant some flowers. Yeah, this is what I've got to do. I've got to verbalise the plan, and then it'll come to be. I think one of the justifiable reasons to be stressed by a game is the amount of time you put into it, especially with Minecraft. That way you express yourself through playing it. If someone spent a while painting something they cared about and it got destroyed, I don't think as many people would be critical or upset about them. Yeah, I understand what you're saying there. That's something I experience myself as a content creator, because my time is divided up with different activities and things I could be doing. And sometimes I get a bit worked up about, oh, like I'm supposed to be done with this thing now so that I can go do the other thing I want to do. And the lockdown has forced me to kind of reassess that, because I've had so much more free time, like with less going on, that I realized that you kind of want to be in the moment, in the present a bit more. You want to enjoy what you're doing and maybe not think about the next thing so much. Because if it takes you a long time or a short time to do something, what's possibly, this isn't always true, what's possibly the best thing to think about is like, did you have a good time? Did you enjoy it? Because, you know, you can load your mind up with all these stresses about other things that need doing. But then if your time is just spent stressed out and irritated, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do that all the time, that just weighs you down. So you've got to like reframe what your priorities are and what you're thinking about doing. Couple K, thank you for the Prime subscription, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So, you know, like, the lockdown and the sort of fatigue of it has really forced me to take time away from trying to be constantly creative and trying to constantly output stuff. And in that, I've found some calmness and some rest, and tried to just focus more on like enjoying the moment, as opposed to thinking, oh, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. Because you know me, I like to create a lot of videos, write my music blogs, do live streams, and I've slowed down on that as of late. And I've been working on my office and just, in a way, taking a little bit more time with stuff. I didn't pick up. No, I did pick it up. Yep, that has some flower pots in as well. Anyway, I've waffled. I don't even know where we're at anymore. C Moez here with the cheers and bits. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you for those biddies. I enjoy what I do in the moment, but later I look back and criticise myself in the moment in having fun. I look back and think, oh, why did I do that? That was stupid, impulsively. Says Lalava. Well, that is you, in one way, talking to yourself negatively. And the value of being able to say, I am talking to myself negatively, is that self-negative chatter is often not as rational as you might think. And so this kind of like judgment that we put on ourselves, it's not necessarily the most accurate or rational thing. So the fact that you can assess that that's how you reflectively think on things, maybe lets you ask the question, is it really that rational to think that way? I mean, you had fun in the moment, enjoying something. That's a good thing, right? Okay, I don't have much of a plan other than to throw these things down and put the flowers in. I can't help but feel there might be something more interesting I could do with these flowers, but I certainly had some ideas when I planned out this area in my mind, but I kind of forgotten what they were. I think some involved podzol. In fact, a little roll podzol with something would be pretty good, wouldn't it? There is actually a podzol shop just nearby. Maybe there's a couple of things there we could just grab. Beehives would look great in the flower shop. They probably would, but we had kind of limited space to go on there. They would very much fit the theme. Ow, I banged my head. Or face. Oh, that's right, it's a DIY thing. Ah, oh, no way. The podzol shop don't sell podzol. I forgot about that. 3. Apparently those are free. Always 1 diamond. I'll just pay for a stack. I'll pay for a stack. Here we go. 1 diamond hype. 1 diamond hype. Good stuff. Any new workouts you've been doing, X, as the juggler? Yeah, I've been very, very cautiously, very steadily just building my routine. Like, did a whole month on it, and then just stepped everything up. Shuffled some things around slightly for a second month. Gonna try and run 3 days a week now. Yeah, I'm playing the long game now. I'm playing like slow and gradual, and not trying to just get back to where I was, and just trying to do everything sensible and smart. Okay, these bushes basically can get planted down here and there. Maybe like a little... I don't know if like a row of them would look good or some randomness. They're just here and there occasionally between the other ones. Might also look good if we don't fill in every single spot with something, right? Let's go ahead and fill up the flower pots. Just with that philosophy in mind to some extent. I feel like by not putting them in the corners, they're sort of, the corners are a little bit more out of reach, so kind of makes, I don't know, maybe some subliminal sense. Is that really it? Jeez, let's make like 1, 2, 3 more. And maybe not all of them are full as well, right? That could be a thing. We got Noises in the ear. We got Knifan03 here for 5 months. Loving all of the vids and streams. Glad you are, dude. Deb Constructor is here, gifting a sub to English Bunny. Thank you for that gifted sub. And we got Smartin1018 here for 58 months. Saying this is certainly one of those streams where I'll take away a lot to think about. Thanks for the relaxing and insightful stream. Glad you will, dude. Glad you will. That's great. I mean, this is like a lot of what I'm saying is just stuff I've learned by seeking this stuff out myself, right? A little bit of lived experience. A lot of seeking out good thoughts and good ideas. And so I'm happy to be able to pass that on and share some of that, right? 3 of the same together because, you know, little patterns, not trying to make everything deliberately random is kind of good, I think. So occasionally you want little bits of structure. We've got another 3 over here. Let's put... What have we not featured yet? Let's put some tulips in a group of 3. And then take these ones, and I also want to get some of those around here. We'll leave that one empty deliberately. That one as well. And we haven't had many alliums and lilies. Here we go. Lily of the Valley. And I think that'll do. That's quite nice. You come up here. It definitely needs like 1 or 2 more things. I was thinking about putting trapdoors on the floor, actually. I remember that now, but I didn't bring all the materials. So, you know, next time we're in the area, we might come in here and just add a little bit more. But for now, that is pretty darn good, if you ask me. Pretty darn good. Vines, 2 tall towers. Yeah, those are some of the other ideas I was messing around with. I seem to remember putting vines on these plants to drop down. But like I said, that'll do for today. If we're kind of like in and around the area one time, we might do a bit more because we've got more building to do over here. So anything is possible. Hey Xisuma, how do you decide what you want to do for building a base in survival? I'm personally never sure what I want to do when I start a new world, says Ace. Have an idea before you start a new world. Don't start a new world if you haven't got an idea. Like, get a plan in place. Take time to think about it. Develop ideas. Get some pictures of what you want to put together. You know, maybe a layout. Like, more of a picture and an inspiration in your mind and more of a plan will help you go in and execute it. If you just go in without an idea of what you're going to do, you will get bored. Don't think too big, says Lord Lawrence. Yeah, don't think too big. Think scalable. That's what I did this season. Like, you know, all I had to do was build a couple of towers, and then I could build another 10 if I wanted to, right? And I've built as many as I've built. So yeah, scalability is what I'd say. We got a donation here, noise in the ear from Night Reaper 1989, saying a piece of advice to add to the mix: do not give weight or value to criticism that does not aid improvement. Yeah. First of all, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Feel like I need to think that one through a little bit more. For the most part, yes. Isn't criticism sometimes a good thing when there may not be any improvement alongside offered? Like, I don't know, when you're doing something stupid and you don't realise it, someone needs to point it out to you. But I think we're talking about negative thoughts, right? So if we're talking about negative thoughts, then yeah, they're usually not helpful in the slightest, and you want to get past them. So some form of productivity or solution or response to that could be helpful. But yeah, thank you for the donation, dude. Appreciate it. Samuel Johannesson is here for 25 months. Thank you for the support. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Right, so now what we need is a lot of quartz, slabs, some cyan, some lapis. I think it's actually smooth quartz that we want. Yeah, smooth jazz. Some of those, possibly some smooth quartz stairs. And a whole bunch of this. Cyan terracotta. Sweet. Just thinking about what else I need. Lapis blocks, right? Lapis. Let's go find some lapis. Aha! Oh, do you know what? I don't have a lot of these, and I always want to hold on to the ores, just because if ever you decide you need them, like, you don't want to go mining just for ores. I think this blue is lovely and vibrant, and we will embrace it. In fact, I might not do that anymore. I don't know. We'll see where we go. So down over here, I'm not going to build a tower. I'm going to build a platform around the base here. So not too much transformation is required, actually. Maybe I don't have to make too many stylistic decisions straight away, because another thing I need to do is to build the up and down elevators. Let's go grab a shulker box, because I am blatantly going to need it. Empty shulker box. We'll do some digging and we'll get this done. Actually, there's a couple of other things I could do with as well. So, some kelp. Probably don't need anywhere near that much. Over here we need one of those. Oh, we ain't got any. And one of these. Hey X, up early catching a stream on my way to remodel the condo I just brought. I just wanted to say, every build I've done in Minecraft for the past month been inspired by your brewing building. Oh, awesome. Anyway, have a good stream. That's cool to hear. Congratulations on getting a condo. That sounds awesome. Exciting times. Hey X, how often do you post on all your channels and how do you manage them? I post on my channels pretty frequently. I pretty much do everything you see on the main channel. And I have channel managers who run the other three. Although stuff like the My Thoughts video, that will mostly be me taking care of that. But yeah, all the other stuff on the other channels is, you know, run by different people. We got a noise in the ear donation here from It's Retract. Saying, just want to genuinely say thank you for the streams. I was a silent lurker for a long time now, and I really value your opinions. Keep it up. You helped me through more than you would think. By the way, I love curry too. What kind do you eat? I love Asian curry. Thank you for the donation, and so glad to hear that it's been of help. That's wonderful to hear, dude. That's wonderful to hear. Let's go down to the bottom. Man, you can get me talking about curries to no end. To no end. My favourite curry is usually a masala, but I love having it with a naan bread, onion bhaji, and some sag paneer. Actually, is that the right one? Sag bhaji. Sag bhaji. Spiced paneer. I used to have sag paneer, which has the cheese, the paneer cheese as well. I do like that cheese, but it's quite rich, and it's strangely like a very flat and flavourless cheese, but like if you cook it right, it can be great. So when it comes to like curry, it's not just like the dishes, it's like what is the restaurant. When you get to know the restaurants, you get to know their dishes. Like there's one that has a mango chicken curry, and it is fantastic. But like that's not a normal curry that you get, right? So certain places have their ways of doing dishes and starters or whatever it is, and like some of those are more preferable than others, but yeah, in general I go for like onion bhaji with a paneer, a sag bhaji, an onion bhaji, maybe a sag paneer instead of a sag bhaji, a naan bread, and I think I said everything, didn't I? Tomorrow though, I'm going to have some rice with mine. I've been trying a bit of rice here and there lately. So we'll decorate this room eventually. Eventually, I say. Look at this, my inventory's almost full already. Ow! So this is 5 blocks across. Let's go ahead and 1582 144. 1582 144. How good am I going to be at remembering numbers? 1582 144. What's annoying is that I can't fly up here. It's slow and painful. 1582 144. Okay, I'm ordering a curry now. You've made me crave curry, says Gotcha. I'm craving too. I can never do that though. I can never just order a curry. Nothing about me eating is ever spontaneous. It's always structured. I went to my friends before the lockdown and they were like, we're going to have pizza, and I was like, oh no. I've like calculated all my food today and I can't have any more. And I remember getting really anxious about it and like stressed out. And then later on I look back at that and I'm like, that's so silly. Like you do right all the time, and when something like that happens and you know, a bit of temptation's thrown in front of you, go for it. Like, don't stress out about it. Enjoy some pizza. I had some pizza in the end. I tossed a coin. I tossed a coin and it was heads, and I was like, okay, go on then. I had a big fat pizza. But yeah. And it was great pizza as well. It was worth having. That's another thing about, like, being in control of your diet and being able to then eat when an opportunity, let's say, pops up, right? Is that, you know, having cuisine from different places, especially if you go abroad or on a holiday, like that's something you want to indulge in and enjoy while the opportunity's there. So if you're on top of your diet most of the time and you're in good health and your weight's under control, you get to do that. You get away with it, like, and I think it's important to be able to do that, because otherwise, like, it's just going to be torture all the time. That's why I usually skip breakfast, so I don't feel guilty about eating too much later, says Lalava. Yeah, a good old bit of morning fasting can be really good for you. I think so, anyway. I mean, fasting when I was doing it proper did wonders for helping me lose some weight. These days, I kind of just naturally fast by having an early breakfast. Sorry, a late breakfast and an early dinner. I find it quite easy in the morning to just go a couple of extra hours and have breakfast at like 10 or 11. And in the evening, I find it really easy to just get eating done for the day at like 5 o'clock or whatever, or maybe 4, and then just accept that's all the eating, and then just crack on with whatever you got to do, right? And get into what you got to do. Get focused on it. I think I might actually push these out by one more block. I like the idea of this room being tall, but then the way you set up the up and down elevator, you need like a little bit of extra blockage over here. I am quite possibly doing this incredibly slow, and I don't care. We're just hanging out and chatting. It's not the point. Again, this is what I was talking about earlier. Like, getting stressed over time is all too easy, and it would be so like me in the past to get irritated and annoyed that I just did this thing and now I've got to do it again and move it all over a block. Oh, I've just lost 10 minutes. But like, no. Enjoy what you're doing, because these things are going to happen. And more often than not, if you're just a little bit more thoughtful and focused, you might catch some of these things before they happen. Not today, not for me. Whatever. I don't know how I'm going to decorate this room, but we might therefore end up changing the materials here. Lost time! Oh, if only I'd have known what material it was to do straight away, right? Not worth thinking about in that way. We'll do this now, and if we have to change it later, so be it. Yeah! Okay, let's break that. Smarty says, love that attitude. It's a good attitude. It's one that I didn't have for a long time, right? Like, y'all know me as Mr. Pump Out Videos, right? A lot of that has come from being very time-focused and oriented. And it's still good to do that to some extent, right? You know, be on top of things, have somewhat of a schedule, but just like, if it's making you stressed out, it's just not worth it. Just not worth it. We got noises in the air. We got Ashalicious here with Cheers and Bits saying, hi Shishwam. Thank you for a relaxing stream. I cannot place your accent and it's bothering me. Where is it from? I'm from the U of K. From over the pond. Actually, well, I guess we're an island, so there's always a pond between here and wherever. Thanks for the cheers and bits. Appreciate it. We have White Knight 419 here at Cheers and Bits as well, saying, love the content. Your videos really help keep me sane. Glad to hear. Glad to hear they've been a help in these trying times as they are. Alright, so we're going to go down here. If I just put myself over this edge, that should mean at some point I'm going to be able to come back up, right? Is anyone else online? No, I'm the only one online. Thank you, White Knight, for the support. Mother of Corgis is here resubscribing for 14 months. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. I wonder if I can get away with just sleeping on this bed, in this hole. Apparently the answer is yes. Why is it still dark in here? I guess there's a block above the top. Blue Calty, thank you for the Prime subscription. Appreciate it. Okay, so we've got that going on here. I mean, these blocks here have got to go as well, right? Like, they're not going to be like this all the time. In fact, we want it to come up to this level here. Then we're going to have a lip around the outside. I should probably decide exactly what I'm doing here a little bit more, I think. So, if I use the position of this as a bit of a marker, I will want to have those slabs, which are now down the bottom. That's great, you know, around here. Have you been affected by COVID, says Ninja Panda. We've all been affected by COVID. It's unavoidable. If you mean have I had it, no. I have not had COVID. Yeah, so, okay, so the slabs would go out to there, and they'd go around here, and then we'd have the cyan blocks on the side. Cool. While we're up here, let's do the next one along. It will then be the same on this side. Lee Van Ree says, I had COVID and it's horrible. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. I, you know, for quite a lot of time, I was thinking, like, if I get it, you know, okay, so be. I'm young, I'm healthy. But, all in all, I think it's better just to avoid it, because you hear some horrible stories about long-term health effects and it being pretty rotten to have to begin with. Anyway, I'm hoping we'll have some normalcy this summer, you know. The vaccinations may just help us find a way out of this. But yeah, I mean, if you're young and healthy, like, it's not really worth, I think, thinking I'm bulletproof. It'll be alright. There's too many unknowns. Just be smart. Just stay safe. Why risk this? So now my ender chest is down there. It's like everything that I want to use all of a sudden is at the bottom. So when I go pick this stuff up, then I'm going to need it when I'm down here next. That's how this game works, peeps. I'm telling you, I've played it for a long time. I know exactly how it works. We'll put that in there. Right. So I wanted some of those and some of those, basically. Now we will head back up this marvellous elevator. Ooh, look at it go. Bam. Yeah, so we're going to turn these blocks into cyan. The cyan lip. Don't know why I'm calling it a lip. Sounds a bit weird. Then this here will be that. As you can see. And it will go all the way into this space, essentially. So, one thing we probably will want to do is change this muck up right here. Just break that for now. I do actually want to collect the clay. Yes, I'm using the pickaxe. Don't judge me. We all want Season 8 on Bedrock, says Redstone QPR. Oh, we all want Redstone on we all want Season 8 on Bedrock. We all do, don't we? Okay, right. Well, I didn't know that, so we'll have to do Bedrock on Season 8. Because, I mean, I'll have to tell the other hermits that everyone wants it, right? Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Oh, what's that? Oh, no, wait. Some people in chat don't want it. Oh, I thought you all wanted it. Why would you say we all want it when not everyone does? It's one of my pet peeves when finding information on the internet or just things being expressed as everyone. Everyone hates so-and-so. Like, yeah, but not everyone does. Let's be accurate. Let's be truthful. Let's communicate with some integrity here, you know? Integrity Farms. Okay, now I'm in the business of apparently making it stone on all sides. Just because. And there's blatantly more not stone down here. I mean, we've got the beacon working in our favour, so that's that. Can I reach that torch? Not quite. I think it's good down to the bottom. It looks good to me. There's a few God I hate so-and-sos in chat. You know what I'm talking about, especially in stuff like drama. Oh, drama just wears me out. Wears me out. All the he said, she says, I can't be bothered with it. Like, I don't... Drama always feels like, hey, this thing's happening on the internet, you should have an opinion about it, even though you knew nothing about this 5 minutes ago. And then someone's going to tell you so-and-so did this, so-and-so did that. Are you going to spend the time to verify all of that information, make sure it's factual, in a world of he said, she said? I can't be doing with the drama. It's, it slows you down, wears you out. I just try to avoid doing that, so, yeah, shift click and that click don't help. Just want to establish that, because I feel like I always get it wrong, right? Oh, I should have shift clicked. Oh, I shouldn't have not shift clicked. Feels like I'm always getting it wrong. And as you saw there, it's like kind of unavoidable. Limp Bizkit came into my mind, says Hollies. It's all about the he says, he says. I think you better quit talking that swish. We'll be leaving with a fat lip. Raf Zalo says, yeah, your opinion. I don't know what you mean by that. Like, oh, that's just your opinion. That's what drama is. It's just all these opinions and stuff floating around. I've got so little tolerance for it these days. So little tolerance. I mean, I'm trying to think of a drama to tell you about, but I tend to just tune out whenever I hear about them. I'm like, oh, here we go again. People on the internet are angry about stuff someone said about someone else. Yeah, I think we'll work our way down, because it kind of looks pretty clean. Actually, no, the other one's ready. Zolafan is here with a donation, and I decided that we're gonna turn it into a song. I've really let myself do that in recent years. I'm just like, oh, I've been streaming for so long, I don't care if I sound like a Wally. I don't care. Hi X, I made a really tasty curry last night. It made me super happy. I want to tell everyone, thanks for playing Minecraft. Thank you for the donation, dude. Appreciate it. I know your name from Twitter. I think you've been here before, and I've said that before. Yeah, man, homemade curries are great, right? I make one every now and then. When you have a homemade curry, they always feel a lot more light and earthy. I don't know about earthy, that doesn't sound like the right word, but a lot more light and, I guess, air quotes, healthy. Thing is, though, that curry isn't like a particularly unhealthy food. Which is why I should eat more of it, because I love it. I'm kind of on like a one a week thing at the moment, and it's just good. It's just good. It's just good. Okay. No, we go down by one. We go down by... Actually, no. I need another bucket of water. We also got Blue Cattle here, subscribing with the Prime. We got Morgie Turkey 213 with the Prime, and why not Retsim here for 3 months. Thank you so much for your support, peeps. It's always appreciated. Hope y'all are entertained. That's it. That one's built as well. Brilliant. Okay, now we need some tools to work in the area. We need the axes. We need the shovels. And we need to put some things in here because I said so. Okay, so we're going to rip out a lot of the stuff around. Oh, I need those shears. Thank goodness we made some earlier. We got cheers and bits from FMTK77. Same picture ability, question mark. Yeah, it's something you shouldn't worry about. Just, if it breaks, it breaks, you know? That's part of life. You know, sometimes in life your pickaxe just breaks. Mine broke the other day. I was outside, you know, just mining stone as you do in the morning, just for a little bit of fun, as one would do. And my pickaxe broke, and so I repaired it. Although in this game, if it breaks, right? Gone forever. Have to make a new one. Oh dear. Not worth worrying about, if you ask me. If it breaks, it breaks. So let it be, I say. So let it be. Why worry about a thing? You know? You know, so what there's smoke coming out of my computer? It's not worth worrying about. Alright, all that's going to do is stress me out. Yes, the fumes are a bit intoxicating and I'm struggling to breathe. But, you know, it's happening. Just let it, you know, just let it smoke up. Oh, there's a little bit of fire, is there? Oh, God. Panicking much, are you? Jeez. Fire never hurt anyone. Okay, there's some truth right there. Name one time fire hurt someone. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you to even try and think about it. Okay, anyway. Let's continue breaking some blocks. Right, so around here, let's get rid of those. And then put those on. Noise in the air. Marks the Mellow. Thank you for 7 months of support, dude. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. I feel like this needs to be a too high lip. Just because of the bushes and stuff on the other side. So, the edge of that is going to be like this. It's going to be like this. X, what are you on? Can we have some, says Rebecca. I'm not on anything. I'm just being the goofball that I am. That's what I'm on. The goof. I'm on the goof. You can officially call it the goof. I think that X, I think he's on the goof. Oh, and I've run out. I've run out. Get out of my way, Vines. Not that you're in my way, but you know. Quit talking goof. It ain't cool, bro. Says Elijah. It ain't cool, bro. Quit that goof talk, yo. Goof talk is bad for your health. Yotoos, 21. Thank you for 8 months of support. Appreciate it. Appreciated it is. X, do you think the need to have your hotbar tools leads to a negative playing experience? And do you think that it can be easily improved? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, I ain't got a clue, sorry. Okay. Okay. Let's get these slabby jabs in place. Looking nice and clean around here now, isn't it? Right, here's another tree that gets to come down. We need an Xisuma's enchanted scissors versus Iskal's enchanted flint and steel. I have a flint and steel that's enchanted too. I mean, why wouldn't you have enchanted flint and steel? It makes total sense. Total sense is what it makes. Ah, deforestation, says Swim Boss. Everyone loves a bit of deforestation. Can't get enough of it myself. Can't get enough of it. Here's a story for you. I brought some Bitcoin. I tried to buy Bitcoin like 4 years ago and got like really irritated by the app not being able to validate my license and all these other details it was asking for. So I gave up. And just, I don't know, just like my friends are now interested in it and talking about it, and I got recommended this app called Binance, so I gave it a shot and it worked. And yeah, I brought a tiny fraction of a Bitcoin. And today it made me $30 last time I looked. When I looked later today, I probably lost 100. Sig Planet says what? What's that? Come on, everyone knows what Bitcoin is, right? Everyone knows what Bitcoin is. Oh god, don't you just hate it when someone says everybody this, everybody that? Jeez, I'm having a flashback to my own stream. It's edible coins, exactly. The key is not to look, says Rebecca. Well, you know, I'm not trying to make a quick score or anything like that. It's, for me, it's like a long-term investment. This crypto, Bitcoin, blockchain stuff, it seems like serious business, and it seems like stuff that's going to stick around, especially the blockchain technology. Like they're using it for other stuff now. Like this whole crypto-driven public ledger is like a pretty powerful tool. So, you know, like, I guess I've just become interested in investing a little bit. And like the key word there being is investing. It's not about like making a quick buck. It's just about putting your money somewhere. And, you know, maybe it grows into something good. I've been trying to look at green companies as well, like green energy and whatnot, and just putting a bit there, because like if it goes, like we need to get green energy right, you know. So if it all goes wrong, well, the planet's probably gone wrong anyway. So if the planet's all right and the green stuff, you know, loses your money, then woohoo, because the planet's all right. I feel like I'm articulating this in a really inelegant way where I can just say it much better. So if you invest in green energy, it's like investing for the future in two ways. One, that you want green energy to succeed. And two, that, you know, like we want the planet to be good for future generations and whatnot. So if you lose, it's already probably a lose situation. And therefore, if you win, and it returns and does well, it probably means it's good for the planet. Maybe that's like a crazy oversimplification, but that's sort of my thinking on the topic. I think I'm going to warp this tree as opposed to chop it all down. Yeah, that being said, this little extension bit here probably blocks some of the spawn rates, but I think I don't care. I don't care. So yeah, I brought a Bitcoin, or part of a Bitcoin, and I'll buy a couple other cryptos and just keep an interested eye on it, as I'm sort of like already interested in that stuff, and I watch like, you know, YouTube videos about it, and listen to podcasts about crypto and stuff, and I don't know, just you never know what might happen. Might buy you a holiday one day or something, right? Okay, there we go, got that bit done. So now we've got to sort out the bottom of this tree, right? Put that there, put these over here, bam, bam, bam. Okay, I was about to say we've done like really good over here, then I realised we've done nothing down below. So although we made the way in and out of the squid farm, there's still a long way to go here. You brought a Bitcoin, says Krish. No, I brought part of a Bitcoin. Just like a fraction. When I say a fraction, I'm talking like 0.00 something. We got noises in the ear from Utsi21, the Viking Dane for 3 months, and Martin is here for donation, saying, "Hello X, been catching the streams for a while now, I just wanted to say, your streams are so relaxing, and I love them." Ah, that's awesome to hear, dude. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Glad you're enjoying it. Thank you for the donation. Did you buy it back in the day when it was cheaper, says JMC? I tried to buy it when it was like $100 a coin or something like that, right? It was around the time when it had that first massive jump, when it went up to like 4 grand. Yeah, it was around that sort of time that I tried to buy and couldn't get on with this platform. Then just kind of like always kept my eye on it, always thinking, oh, I want to do that, and just like watching it grow and grow. It's like I maybe could have done some of this stuff with my savings a long time ago. Is like I've watched Tesla, Netflix, Amazon, all these companies, and always thought that's worth investing in. Like that's blatantly the future. And maybe I could have done that, but I never did. And now I'm starting to do it, and it's probably too late. But I'm just thinking, like the next time you see something big come along, and you're thinking, like this is a no-brainer or whatever, like maybe I'll invest a little bit. Yeah, having sat around watching so many of the things that I sort of looked at and thought that's going to take off. I mean, I'm not really accounting for the things that I thought would take off and haven't, but I can't really think of too much that's failed. Like the obvious ones from years ago was always Amazon, Netflix, and Tesla. Those were ones that I learned about a long time and always thought this is just going to get big. And Bitcoin as well, in a way. So now that I've got some apps set up and the means to actually do it, I'm just hoping this time might get lucky, might invest in something that pays off one day. You don't know. But the key thing is longevity. I'm not trying to like make quick scores or a quick buck. I'm happy for that money to disappear if all goes wrong, and it's just going to sit there for a long time and maybe be of good. I also like the idea in investing in things that you believe in. Like, I mean, I never really come across much. I always feel like one day I might like just hear about some company doing something, and I'm like, that's the thing or whatever. I guess green energy is a little bit like that, right? Like investing in solar, but like investing in things you believe in, putting your money towards helping those companies do what they do, essentially. You only lose money if you sell, says Trade in Caden. That is not true. You will lose money if the company goes bankrupt or whatever, right? Like those shares will become meaningless if they go under. Anyway, if any of you are now thinking, oh, I want to do this, everything I've said is in no way and should be interpreted as investment advice in the slightest. Jeez, I hope no one's thinking that. Like, I'm just ambling into this. I'm not a pro or anything, right? Okay, so our opening to link up with the other path is going to be right there. Got to remember that. And then this will be the squid farm that I can wander over to and drop down below. We got a noise in the ear from Suddenly a Ghost for 14 months. Hey, I really like the flower shop's front and interior. All the details work really nicely. It's so different from the towers and the concrete shop. Yeah, it's been really fun to change up what I've been doing. I think that might be part of the reason I struggled to build a tower over here, is that maybe I've just moved on from this project now. And I want to do a different kind of building. Chimpo says, Xisuma, I'm promoting you to my full-time economic advisor. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lord Lawrence says, a Bitcoin technically has no real value. The value will only rise as long as people keep investing more. Once people see they are buying nothing, the value will drop. It's like the tulip craze the Lebanons saw a long time ago. You should Google it. Explain it here. It's a long story. I would disagree with that because technically money has no value. It's the shared belief in it that makes it happen. And people actually use crypto and Bitcoin as a means of exchange. It's actually a currency as well, right? The speculation and the wild investment tends to be around the hype and the technology of the future, essentially, as it appears. And it might not end up being the champion of all that. It might be a different crypto or some other establishment using the technology for something different. But, like, it's clearly a part of something that's happening in our future with this blockchain stuff, right? And I guess Bitcoin being the front runner gets all the attention for that. But it could be something that comes up alongside it. But I think to just dismiss it in that way is perhaps to miss the point. I think money used to be backed by gold or something, says Captain Clark. It used to be, and then they did away with it. They called it the gold standard, right? So you used to be able to trade your money in for gold. And, you know, again, like, well, you know, gold has a physical value because you can do things with it. But it's the shared belief in something that gives it the monetary value. So because we all believe in money, it gives it value when we exchange it for goods and services or labour. And, you know, when the system collapses and, you know, everything falls apart and you rob a bank that no one's in, you take all the money from the vault, it might literally just be good for burning to keep you warm. You don't know. We got a donation here from RedTech saying, X, I'm sure you're used to seeing my name pop up every once in a few months. I am indeed. When I managed to catch a stream, just wanted to say I'm loving this season of Hermitcraft. To you and all the hermits, keep up all the amazing work. Also, thoughts on 1.17 Amplified. Yeah, Amplified now goes up to 320. I've wanted to play Amplified for a long time, but I've changed my mind recently. I think the fact being that, imagine what my base would look like this season in Amplified terrain. I don't think it would look as good. I think Amplified is such a big terrain in itself that it can take away from what you build in it. It makes things look smaller, right? And I think scale is obviously important when playing this game. Ah, look at that, they're at the same height. So I think I'm going to try and avoid that tree. I think there's a path here where we avoid chopping down any trees. I'm going to focus on this little bit here since it's happening. I wanted to get the room down below done, but now my attention is kind of turned. So let's say we bring it out this way a little bit. And then maybe we do a bit of a diagonal, or we might just handle a straight turn. So if I go up alongside this, it's going to be like 1, 2, 3. I guess there's no reason it can't. Yeah, I'm just going to connect it like that. I'm going to do it the lazy way. Well, I say lazy, it doesn't really matter, but I think a bit more of a perfectionist side would want it to like line up a little neater here. Or maybe put it on this side. I don't know. Nah, we'll go with it here. So 3 wide, that means all of this gets ripped out here. Sweet! Let's keep going. X, you excited for the next snapshot? I heard a rumour they're going to introduce the Warden, but I don't know. I mean, the Warden will just arrive when it arrives, right? I don't think there's too much point in lingering on what may or may not be added, because it's clear that they're going for a very deliberate and slow, one by one kind of approach to get everything right. And so that could mean anything's next on the cards, right? They could have done the Warden first, or something else. But they've just done it one thing at a time. Remember, we've got archaeology to come as well, so there's a lot that could happen, essentially. There's a lot that they could choose to do or not do. Zeps5 is here for 3 months. Thank you, Zeps5. I appreciate your support, and I hope you're enjoying the stream. How are those shears doing? They're going to break soon, aren't they? I can smell it coming. In fact, maybe we'll do a round of repairing tools here. And the elytra. This thing needs to step up, I've just realised. It needs to step up. It's been slacking. Dang slacker. Yeah, to match the height of the other one, it needs to be up here. Coolio, Coolio. That's the rapper, Coolio. That's what I'm talking about, the rapper. Okay. And over here we go. Rebecca says, X, I loved your ideas for redstone learning challenges in archaeology. I really like that idea as well. That felt so right when it came to mind. Felt so right. I mean, there's no harm in discovering little bits of redstone in the world itself. Like, it wouldn't be a farmable feature. It's not like, oh, repeaters are farmable now or something. But they could just be a really cool way of adding in some just basic little tutorials, essentially, right? Just smart and easy to understand. Just, you know, it's right in front of you. You just got to place the redstone in the spot. Hey X, what do you think about Bitcoin using more energy per day than the Netherlands do? That is an interesting point, actually. The whole crypto stuff uses a ton of energy, and I was browsing the Bitcoin Reddit today and noticed that someone shared a chart of like Bitcoin energy usage compared to traditional banking. And peeps, like when you're trying to inform your reality and trying to figure out your worldview and learn what's going on, remember that like data, statistics, they're not as straightforward as you might think. And like there's science, there's pseudoscience, there's good science, there's bad science. Just because you heard something's in a study, don't mean it's right. I mean, studies can be good, they can be bad, they can be poorly executed, they can have flaws. Don't take everything as it seems, because I am, you know, kind of relying on what I thought was a good source of information that dived into the whole Bitcoin energy use quite some time ago. And the way it framed it was to scale, essentially saying the cost of a transaction in the banking world in the traditional system is very low compared to Bitcoin. But this pro-Bitcoin data that I saw earlier that people were rallying around didn't factor in that Bitcoin is like, you know, a percent compared to the 99% that the traditional banking system is. And so if you go and the study that I saw on this factored in stuff like people working, driving to work, using paper, using computers in the office. If you scaled Bitcoin to the size of the current banking system, it would dwarf the energy consumption of the traditional system we have. So there is a huge question around energy consumption with this stuff. Now, I'm kind of hoping that like some of these other technologies, blockchain and currencies are going to not be such a like a power hog, and hopefully the path forward will include better solutions that are more efficient. But yeah, you know, whatever information you've heard on that, I can't remember the source that I had, but like it genuinely felt like a proper good study that dived in deep, considered all the factors, and sort of calculated that Bitcoin was, you know, per transaction a massive drain of electricity compared to the traditional system. If you look at that from a totalistic perspective, like the other system is so much bigger, it consumes more power than Bitcoin. And obviously the consumption of power relates to CO2 emissions and impact on the environment. Dade Rychelm is here with a Prime. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. The making of paper money and coins is fascinating, says Rockdoor. Yeah, it is. That show, right? How it's made. I love it. Anything on there. I'm just interested. How is that made? Coins, notes, don't know much about that. Teach me. I love learning about stuff. As long as the value is stored on hard drives and not regularly physical, it will always cost energy, says Lucro. Yeah, but like even storing something on paper has an environmental impact, right? Like, how did that paper get to you? Did a truck drive it to the place? Did a sawmill, you know, have people employed and electricity to keep the lights on? Like, everything has a link and an impact. Right, I think that'll do for now. I am keen on finishing the job here, you know. What do YouTubers use YouTube revenue for? Says Awesome Polo. Living. I mean, I don't know. Like that's a. Your question makes me think you're thinking something else. But like, it's like having a job and getting paid, right? I don't know. What background music is that? Says Jish Swish. As it's written on the screen, we're listening to some classic old school sorcery right here. Some beautiful esoteric dungeon synth. Some of my favourite. A recent discovery. You know, I thought like, hey, I've listened to all the dungeon synth. You ain't gonna surprise me. Listen to this, I was like, dang, this is fantastic. There we go, repair the bow as well. Thoughts on global warming. I think there is a globe, and I think it's warming. End of speech. X, everyone knows you can't have your job and get paid too. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I literally don't know what you are saying. Oh, there's spectral arrows, not other things. Hey, I can't hear. Did I turn down the volume when I came over here? If I did, that's amazing. Because I do not recall doing that. That must have been purely impulsive. And just automatic. Okay, there's our Wither Roses. I want to check on something else while I'm here. There's a little extra something back here, isn't there? 4 chicken heads! Woo! Oh, that must have taken an age to get my hands on those. Dang. Rarities over here. Rarities, I tell you. They must be worth a mint. Oh, I never put down the Wither Roses. We got Majestic 8 here with the Prime. Anonymous is gifting a sub to an evil fairy. There's an evil fairy watching. Thank you for that gifted sub. Appreciate it. Appreciate it ever so much. I mean, like, engineering channels use it to buy parts for projects, so I'm wondering what the Minecraft YouTube counterpart to that was. Awesome, Apollo says. I mean, that's great to know, because I really didn't get what you meant by that, and now I do. I totally do. Oh, get out of here, there's so many of you. I need to place these Wither Roses. 1, 2, 3, 3, get out of here. Got it. Got him. Got him. Okay, oh, let's get out of this noisy place. Yeah, so it's a pretty, like, low expenditure. Like, I mean, when I started, I already had the computer. I brought the copy of the game, brought a couple of pieces of software, and then that was it, like upload videos. So over the years, the expenditures of being a YouTuber like me, specifically what I do, I guess, the most recent expenditure that I've incorporated is having editors and people help me do jobs around the channel. I did everything myself for a very long time, and something I would advise to anyone doing YouTube is to weigh the value of your time. It may be that you're like super passionate like I was in the beginning and you love doing every little bit of it yourself, but like if filling out the details of a live stream or like creating a thumbnail like starts to be a bit of a chore, get someone else to do it. Like if what you're earning empowers you to do that, do it. Free up your time. You'll have more time to be more creative. I feel like my transition to being better at, let's say, doing live streams, talking, and having like a different play style in the game itself has come from having a little more time to invest into that, as opposed to having to do all the editing and stuff like that, right? So it's pretty low cost, like, but every now and then you'll need to upgrade a piece of software, you'll need to buy a new computer or other things. Like, I've recently redone my office, right? So that's kind of like an expenditure tied to the work. But otherwise, it's pretty like low cost because I already had a computer, and you know, the software, once you got it, like, you can just use it over and over again. There's paying for the Hermitcraft server. That's another expenditure, right? Gotta keep that thing online. But yeah, interesting question. Interesting question. I like it. Do you like cars? Says Cook Kungo. Not really. I'm not a car person. I got a car. It's black. And that's about all I can tell you about it. How do you host the server? We have a physical server that we run the Minecraft server on. We're not with a host or a traditional Minecraft host, if you like. We are, however, with OVH, but I wouldn't really like. I can't really recommend them as if anything special's happened. I've had some bad experiences with them in the past. Personally, not with Hermitcraft, but you know, I can't really say anything special about them. It's just, you know, hosting, right? Right, now we've got to stop all these things from getting in my face. Just doing this reminds me of all the paths. Built so many of these. Done this a whole bunch of times. Done that twice there in a row. Put them back to back. And that's it. Now the path is clear and in need of slabby jabs. Is Hermitcraft Season 8 going to start when the cave updates out? Yes or no? All I can say is maybe. Maybe. But one thing I do know is that Season 8 will start before Season 9. Oh! Secrets are out. Secrets are out. Is it necessary to have a paid MC account to start making videos? It's not, but if you're using a hacked client, like, it's not a great way to get started, right? Like, you can buy the game. We got a noise in the ear from Leonard Datch here, gifting subs to Big T Gaming, Raiden Active, Gibson Levin, Alzarian, and Turt14. Thank you for those gifted subs. It's greatly appreciated. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. By the way, 1,000. That's not the number. 3,100 peeps have tuned in to watch someone who can't even read the amount of people. Oh. Oh, I can't even read properly. Tune out. Stop watching. It's not worth it. Don't watch this buffoon. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is not enough to finish off the area we need to do, is it? Also got to do those end rods. Got to do those end rods. Right. In fact, I'll put them around the whole area, I think. Dang, this music's wonderful. Beautiful instrumentation. Okay, let's go. I think we usually put 5 in between, or is that 4? It's 4 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put 5 over on this area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I should have gone with 4. 4 to there. 3, 4. Bam. 3, 4. There you go. That works out a little better, I think. Do I still have some leaves on me? I do. We want leaves alongside all of this. Don't want stuff spawning in the night and creeping up on us. So all of this gets some leafage. Some leafage action. Good stuff. Forgotten about all these jobs. Going around, making sure stuff can't spawn. It takes a while. But now that we've got a path here, whenever I'm walking it, something can just spawn here and creep up on me, you know? And that ain't good. That ain't good in the hood, homie. That ain't good. Ah! Oh, that'll do. Okay, 1 in the corner. 1 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll do that for now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go do the same thing up here. So there and there. Then one in the very middle. How many blocks is that between? That is 4. No, that's 3, isn't it? Okay, so now I want to make this like nice and even all the way down to the end here. Let's see if we can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doop, doop, doodle doop. Oh, not quite. Maybe we'll just have a gap of 5 in the middle. I cannot be bothered to rejingle this over and over again, basically. 2, 3, 4. Bam. That's lined up. Is that right? 1 too close. And then we have a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. All lit up, all good, in the hood. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We're done. Finito. Finished. Woo! Okay, we need some more of those slabs. We need to go get some more of those. Okay, the counting is over. Orson White. What is going on with my rockets? Thank you for subscribing with the Prime. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I know the music is in the bottom left. I was just asking why such scary music is playing in the Xisuma stream. Majestic, I love scary music. Don't you know me by now? I love my screaming and my shouting. And the creepy, scary music. Jeez. You know. Oh, we being raided. Iskal, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, my dude. Welcome all the raiders. I will have to show you all what we've been up to today. We've been doing a lot. We got a lot done. It was productive. The first thing that we did was take down rings. So I can't show you that because I'm showing you the absence of something. It makes no sense, I know. No sense whatsoever. But welcome everyone to the stream. Bam. We need a whole bunch of those. We are finishing up a couple of unfinished, ironically, you know, being unfinished and all. A couple of unfinished jobs. So I've taken down the rings. The base race is over. There's no more racing around the base. I'm going to make another Elytra race though. I've got some really cool ideas. I was experimenting in creative mode in my test world earlier and coming up with some cool stuff. And yeah, not sure entirely where that's going to go yet, but there will be something. Something coming soon. And we're just connecting to one of our paths through the jungle. Our squid farm. We built an entrance to get up and down. We got a noise in the ear. It's Corey Allen. Here are the cheers and bits, saying the HCBBS was really smart in my opinion because it felt like a lot of hermits were in a base version of Writer's Block. Now things are getting done that the hermits have been wanting to do. For example, cleaning up all the chest monsters. I guess it's worked out in that way. It's always good to have something to come along and shake stuff up, right? Gives you a new lease on what you're doing. I myself am pretty glad I didn't sign up, you know, for the unknown. To just put my name in the hat with no idea of what's going to happen. Because I feel like that wouldn't have suited me. I would have gone to someone else's base and been like, but I want to build my squid farm. You know what I mean? And the building of this squid farm, it has been glorious, hasn't it? Right, these things can go in there, or not. There's not enough room. Let's make some room. See you later, Netherrack. Okay, buckets need to go back in there. I should really get those filled up with water. Where can I... It's probably like a river near here. I'll do that another time. That's not too much of a pain. Remember, peeps, always organised. What goes there? That was what was there. What goes here? What tool is missing from this chest? I feel like it should be in my inventory. I don't know. Dang, bed. Oh, it's the bed. Oh. Oh, thank you for... Wait, where is the bed? Oh, it's... Jeez, duh. Cool. Remember, peeps, always keep organised when you play this game. Okay, it is worth the time and effort to keep your inventory in good shape. Because now I can pick up and leave this area with nothing to worry about. That being said, this isn't finished, right? Because down here, however long it'll take to get to the bottom... Wait, is that actually... We never... Oh, this is dark down here. Hello. We never did the kelp thing, right? So it wasn't actually sucking me down. Let's take care of that. So yeah, we got a little room to build down here, but then we got squid for days, months, weeks, and years, which is amazing. No, I'm pretty sure we did do this. Let's try and swim up. No, we couldn't have then. Oh, look, you can't even place it there. Can't even place it there. Can I place it on netherrack? I can. Right, let's actually get this thing done. Good thing we came to check. Nope, just on soul sand, says Thorgil. Yeah, they changed it so you could put it on soul sand, but not the magma stuff. I mean, I don't know the reasons of their change, I guess. Jack, here a donation saying, is the plot world a public server? And also, how do we join it if it is? I don't have a plot world anymore. That was closed down over a year ago, actually. Yeah, it's been over a year since that's been closed. Wow. Time does fly. Thank you for your donation, dude. I appreciate it. I'm sorry if I've disappointed you in some way there. We do have a private vanilla server. It's vanilla with like extra features like special dimensions for mining and raiding and all sorts of stuff. A bunch of data pack type things on there as well. Our Alaufro 8 is here with cheers and bits saying, caught my first Clash of the Creators yesterday. That was so many Guardians, holy cow. Yeah, let's talk about that. I had some time to think about that after, right? So at the end of Clash of the Creators, we got absolutely overwhelmed by Guardians. And it was a ridiculous amount of them for some reason. But I was thinking back on it, right? Like, next time I encounter that situation, I'm going to have a strategy. And that is to use lava buckets to develop a platform that runs over to that space. And then the Guardians can't shoot you. Which is a good thing, obviously. It is a good thing. But yeah, it was like chaos and fun and had a good time. So all good there. All good. But yeah, Jack, just going back to Jack, the LPMT server, you can join as a tier 3 subscriber on Twitch. You can use our Bycraft Tebex gateway thing, and you can just become a patron to play on there. That's a survival server though, not a creative plot world. That is like the one server that I have for my community. Fraguac, thank you for the prime. Appreciate the support, thank you. Okay, so here's what we did earlier in the stream. Hey X, how do you think Season 6 is different to Season 7? Well, each season is its own set of stories, builds, and Minecraft adventures, right? So, the things that make them are what makes it different. I don't know how else to word it. It's self-evident, right? So, earlier we worked on the flower shop. One thing I was going to do but forgot is out the front, the flower sign might be better moved over to the edge so you can read it from both sides. I got a tweet from someone suggesting that and I thought it was pretty fantastic. So this might change. It also might not fit because you got spruce slabs, but I'll figure out a way. Sorry, spruce trapdoors, but I'll figure out a way. Here's what we did earlier. We finished up the staircase. We added some lighting. And we did all this. We did all this. Not a lot. And then you got the flowers at the top. Dang, it's making me dizzy. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Ah! I'm walking on a bad thing. I'm walking on a bad thing. I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa! I haven't heard that one in a while. Such a dangerous shop, says another JT. I guess it is in a ways, right? I cannot wait to build the next one along from here, though. It's going to be spectacular. Everything we're trying to do, we're trying to take it to the next level at the moment, right? I'm walking in the air, says Laser. Yep. Songs about walking. My friends, it is time for me to wrap this one up. That is the end of my stream time for today. We will do a raid though. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. Be sure to hit the follow button before you head out of here. And thank you to all of my patrons as well for your support over the years. It is appreciated. Today, we get to raid Daisy Music again, who is a fantastic singer. So stick around for some awesome singing and guitar playing. That is it from me. Take care of yourselves. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.